Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Hemda.
Oh, by the way, Hemda,
Oh, no.
you were talking about how you went to Atlantic City,
Oh, fucking hell.
played a poker tournament
Huh?
against stranger after stranger, everybody having their different skills and techniques.
47 people.
Then we played a home game,
And I won that one.
and I won that one is the thing.
Yes.
So, grand champion of the world, Keith Malley is here. Thank you.
Okay. You did really well.
Well-
And you know, you're very tough to play against, to be honest.
Thank you.
And everyone says that. Everyone. I polled the whole room. But it is very tough because you play like a crazy person, which I know they hate at casinos.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't predict what you're doing, which is perfect. The thing is all these experts that I was playing against, they play expertly.
Right.
So you kind of start predicting that's how they play.
Yeah.
They start even showing their tells. But you're just a nutcase. You're just like out of left field all the time. So it's perfect.
People make a joke. They say, "Oh, do you know how to play poker?" Someone says no, and they go, "Oh, great, come on over." No, you don't want those people,
You
right?
really don't. Wally took me out because he's like, I don't know, this thing. I'm like, you should know.
When it ended with me and Xerxes,
Yeah.
and Xerxes was willing to just split the money,
Yeah.
and I don't want to do that. Am I an asshole?
Kind of, but no. Like, ultimately, no. It's like Keith is always like that sort of feeling, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, you should play because you will play crazy and you are likely to win. So fuck everybody.
Thank you.
Fuck you, Xerxes. But yeah, he started playing like an asshole, so he lost.
Right.
Yeah.
Today's guest featured on Access TV's Gotham Comedy Live, Fox's Red Eye, Sirius XM, the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. You know what? Why you ask so many questions? Don't worry about her. Okay?
This is why no one follows me. This is why I have nothing.
I make him nervous. Kyle Ocasio, how you doing?
Hi.
Hi, baby.
Congrats on the big poker win.
Thank you. I'll take you out.
Okay. Well,
Somewhere-
now that I know that you weren't willing to split with her boyfriend, she's going to starve now.
He won both of our money back. So he paid for my in just because he was closer to his wallet and I was closer to mine. So we do a $20 buy-in. Then he paid for both of us. That's $40. He won $40. So afterwards, and this is so not romantic, but we're walking to pick up my bike, and I'm like,
Right.
here's a 20 so that you could feel like you won. And
Right.
he's like, you know,
That's
like,
cute.
so you can have that in your pocket.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, that's stupid, but okay. But then he put we have a jar of like, hey, we'll go on vacation when we fill it with like, you know, winnings of poker or change from
that's
our
a good
pocket.
idea.
And so he just put it in there.
Oh, not us. We go to vegan restaurants. Can you imagine that a vegan restaurant charges money like a real restaurant?
It was a good restaurant. He just likes to complain. It was.
He loves complaining,
he
right?
does. It's
really,
fun.
it's like his favorite thing. And then he gets to write in his notes and bring it up on the
Yeah.
show. My girlfriend.
All we have are words.
This is the best.
I feel like I don't mean to. I feel like I shit on him every time I come.
And to rouse you up. It's women power. There's a sinking going on. I understand.
It's fun.
But then he says shit like that. Don't you feel okay about it?
Oh, absolutely. I'm kicking him right now under the table.
We're at this
He has
rest-
no shin.
We're at this restaurant, and I find something that has teriyaki sauce, right? So maybe it can trick me. It's tolerable.
Okay.
It was delicious.
She doesn't even get something with flavor because she's got this sauce aversion. She goes, I know I sound like I'm so cheap when I complain like this, but for like $30, she gets 4 vegetables. She doesn't even care what they're rice, beans, lima beans.
It was good. It was good. What did we do? Oh, did we go to the gym or something? I think it was,
Oh man,
after.
I want to be on your side, but it is getting hard with this.
No.
It's
so
bean of the
sauce-
day. And the waiter goes, do you want to know what the bean is? And she goes, no. I'm like, don't.
It's bean of the day. I don't have a problem with any bean. All beans are okay.
But they're charging money.
yes, because it's food and it's a restaurant.
And now because I don't drink, I see her not drinking her drink. I'm like, that's another
Oh,
$15.
I did drink the drink. It was very strong. They gave me
It's always very strong. Honey, that's alcohol. It's strong.
It was a mojito. It was
Oh, so good.
It was very good. It was good.
Did you order
was
it like
strong.
that? Mojito.
Mojito. I hate people that do that. We talked about, like, I have a cousin that's like, anytime she goes and get a pina colada, she's like, can I get a pina colada? Like, okay, we get it.
Right, but don't you do that sometimes?
No. I only do that with you gave me an example.
Like, where's the country you want to go to with me?
Argentina.
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 Xerxes used to do that with Uruguay. I don't know if he still does, but I made fun of him a lot. He's like, Uruguay. I'm like, everything else is normal.
Right.
There's
Why
something-
Uruguay?
Right. I was looking at a map and I saw
Say my
Brazil and I saw, right.
Say Chemda, and then you get to say Uruguay.
Chemda.
There you go.
I like it. It's cute. It's funny.
Thanks.
I'll take the Lima beans.
You
know how she does
I've
it.
never said that. Ever.
It's just amazing that they can charge for vegetables. Right? It's garnish, but you get a lot.
I once went to a vegan restaurant years and years and years ago. I'm with you. I think the flavor of doesn't matter that it's not meat. Meat is actually less expensive than vegetables. It's a lot easier to go shopping if you're just a meat eater, I think. But he goes at the end, I'm like, right, not bad. There's like lots of different flavors. There's different courses. And he's like, yeah, it was a bunch of great side dishes.
Right.
I'm like, okay.
It depends what they do. Like they have a dish with sweet potatoes, but they bake them and they put cinnamon and olive oil on top, and it's delicious.
Okay.
It's really good.
All right.
Okay, you're no fun. All right, let's go to Bear Burger.
You know what also
What else could it be,
is
Keith?
maddening? So the last time I was with
can't
her,
even imagine. Go
we
on.
go to a restaurant, and she gets a steak, and then this looks at it, doesn't like it, then gives it to her son, who just got in trouble for lying to her about something. So now the son, for no reason, gets a $30 steak.
Okay,
How's this
you're-
family going to
okay.
learn anything?
Okay, here's the deal.
Yes.
We went to get food. The steak, I asked for the steak medium well, and it was rare.
Shame on you, but
It was
okay.
it was rare. So I can tell by looking at it when it's bleeding that I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna. This is not what I want. And I had some appetizer, so I said, you know what, I'll just wrap it up. I'll take it home. So I took it home, and I didn't feel like cooking. My kid was like, oh, is there any food to eat? And the other two had eaten the rest of the food. I was like, oh yeah, here, just
Oh my
have
God.
this.
Are you telling me
So-
you fed your son?
I did, and I know it
Keith's food?
disgusts him. It disgusts
Wow.
him. It wasn't even Keith. Keith didn't even eat.
Amazing, Keith. She didn't even sell it to her son. She just gave food to her son.
That is correct.
That is amazing. And he fucked up. And he fucked up. He fucked up and he still gets food in your house?
Yes.
Wow.
So
wow.
yeah, I will say that something's interesting, and I think it's not just Keith. I'm sure a lot of people are like this. For someone who has such an aversion to his parents or one parent, he seems to recall. He constantly compares his growing up to my kids. Like,
Why?
if I give my kids who live in New York City a little bit of money, I had to walk to school with plastic bags on my feet. Like, okay, sorry, your parents were a little. Like, his mom still thinks it's the Depression. There's so much going on, and so he's constantly like comparing his childhood to mine. And
Meanwhile, he'll give
to
away his childhood so easily.
so easily.
if you said, "Can I swap? Can Keith swap with one of your kids the childhood?" He'd be like, "Yeah, you're such a better mom."
Of course I would swap. You can
Okay.
do anything.
Right. So maybe don't go, "This is what I had to do and that's what you should do to your kid."
It's 2 a.m. I have an urge for ice cream. Can I go out, Ma?
How old is this
that
one?
didn't happen.
How late?
When?
How late does this boy like ice cream?
Oh, there was one isolated incident where he wanted to, I don't know, maybe it was like 11:30 or so. I said no, but
You
it
know
was like,
what's-
that's it. You shut it down. No, that's not reasonable. No.
You know what's weird is Keith is so much better at raising kids than you
He
are.
is.
That's
He is.
very
Yeah.
bizarre to me.
It's interesting too because you didn't push any out your vag, and it's just interesting.
He's just so good at it, just like a natural.
He is like we went to this festival.
You must be so thrilled to have such a good parent with
so
you. Finally,
It's so great.
Well,
yeah.
it comes out of your body. You have this bond, and it's unconditional, and you love it. And then you need somebody that's practical to tell you, hey.
I don't
He
know.
is
I've
good.
seen her
Sometimes he's
stand up.
good.
She's not like magically in love with her kids.
Sometimes I am, but he was on a ride with the younger one, and it was so funny because it's like my son, and then it looks like this big kid that got left back in high school, in like elementary school, so like Elf. It was like this big ass kid. It was just hilarious. They were both on this ride together.
It's one of those festivals, street festivals.
Yeah,
Those little, pop up rides.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so you enjoyed that like a big kid.
Oh my god, it was hilarious.
Yeah, if you could be Keith's best friend no matter what age you are, if you like doing exactly the thing that he likes to do in the exact way.
Mm-hmm.
So don't go to a restaurant and take the leftovers and do something else but put them in your face. That's not what Keith would do. So don't do it.
Keith just leaves food out on the street and then picks it back up. I don't know if you've heard that, dear listener.
It was our food.
Okay, how did that feel? So just to recap, you were going to the
I
Madonna.
felt like I was with a homeless person.
You were going to the Madonna concert. You had leftovers. You were going to give it to a homeless person on the way.
Right.
Didn't find a homeless person.
So he
when you
decided.
probably took an Uber there. So he put it on top of something pretty high because he's tall. when you came out of the concert, it still was in the same shape, the same way that he left it. So he
Yeah.
took it back and ate it.
I was like, please don't take that. Please don't take that. Like, it looked like that's what he was doing, but in my brain, I'm like, please, I must be seeing things. That's not what he's doing. That's not what he's doing. Oh my God, he's doing it.
Are you okay with telling anyone about this? Did you tell any of your friends?
No, and I recommended. I said to him, because I know he shares, to all the listeners out there, he shares everything with you guys. And I remember thinking to myself, maybe don't mention this one on the show. And he goes, oh, this is the best part. I'm like, you're gonna tell people about this? Like, you're okay? We all have weird shit about us, and some things we keep to ourselves. I just thought that would have been a private.
Do you see why the show is called Keith and the Girl? Okay, it's very embarrassing. Very embarrassing.
But he's practical and
Explain it away.
I really wish I said to him, I'm like, there's so many good, fun things about you that I guess we'll let this just be one of the cons. Like, if you do a list of pros, there's a lot of pros, and then there's like this weird shit.
She was disgusted that I picked a dime off the ground the other day.
Yes.
Okay, that's wrong. You're wrong. You're so wrong. I'm even okay with this food thing, but it's too much fun to make fun of, so I pretend to not be on Keith's side. But that's a dime.
Right.
I mean, okay. Where was it? It was in the subway.
Andrea, don't give me the Jew eyes. Okay?
Which ground is better than the other ground? Yes, it was the subway ground.
All right.
It's a dime. It's a dime.
It's money.
And you know what's interesting?
You're telling the universe you don't want money. You believe in the secret.
I'm not telling the universe I don't want money. I think that it's interesting because he's not cheap. He's very generous. Like,
He's
whenever
really
we
not
go
cheap.
out, he always, and even like I remember you and Carrie went out one time for brunch, and Carrie's like, yeah, Keith treated me like, yes, he's very generous. So he's not cheap, but frugal. Jesus Christ.
It comes out
that
in very
frugality
specific
is
ways.
like, oh my gosh, did the market just crash? Like, what's happening? You don't have to pick up a dime and take food back that you left on a telephone pole, you freak. I love you.
Would it be okay if it was a quarter?
I
All
don't
right.
know.
Cool.
I think $1. I'd pick up $1.
$1 is even grosser.
It's probably,
because
but
of the
it's
micro
more
fat.
value.
She counts the change on the ground, and if it equals $1, she can pick it up.
I don't know.
You got to tell the universe, hey, I appreciate this. I'll take more, please.
It's New York City. There's how many people? Like 18 million people in the city, and pigeon shit all over I don't know.
I ride a public bike in a skirt sometimes, so I guess I shouldn't be able to say anything. But I feel bad when I don't pick up a penny.
Right. What's 18 million times 10 cents?
Oh boy.
Whenever we went, it was the same day as the ride, and thank you, by the way.
for the ride.
She paid for the ride, and we got food, and Benny was eating chicken wings, and he says, "Okay, I'm done." The waiter goes to take it, and I pick up the wings. I'm like, "No, you're not done." Or did you roll your eyes at that, or?
No, because sometimes I think waiters come by too quick. It's like, wait, you don't know if I'm still working on it.
If
or-
he took those 2 chicken wings to go,
I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Okay.
Would I take 2 chicken wings to go?
clearly not.
I don't know.
They're
I
a
mean,
dime's worth, so no.
he'll take like a single like fettuccine thing. Like, he'll take, if that's all that's on the plate, he'll say, "Can you wrap that up and get a big to-go tin and take it home?" And then he'll eat the noodle later when he's watching TV.
We once went out to, so every year we go out to celebrate another year of Keith and the Girl. It's very important. It we spend a little too much money.
It's
and
fun. It's good. You
But
guys should.
what we would do a lot of times, because we had so much different kinds of food, is we would take like half of everything home. This one time we literally had, those big shopping bags? Each of us had one to go. Because I was like, oh, Keith, I have like, you order like the tomato and mozzarella dish, and you get like 3 pieces of mozzarella, 3 pieces of tomato, and I had one of each left. And he goes, "Don't dare feel embarrassed. You take that right now." And I'm
They're
like,
charging money for that.
No.
So 1/3 of the dish I don't take home because that would be stupid, but not stupid that you sold it to me.
I agree.
And I understand, I was definitely raised with this frugality thing. But yeah, at the same time, it's fun to be generous. But then, you can't. I'm never like at home counting the money. But when something is so like.
Yes, you are.
I'm not. It's just, I don't know. It's just when, I can't explain it. It's when things don't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. Why are you allowed to charge me too much for a tomato and cheese slice?
Yeah.
But I'm not allowed to take that seriously
Right.
and take it home.
I got to act like it's nothing.
Right.
Yeah, it's fine.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm not the complete opposite. I'm not like out here just like super frivolous either. I think there's a balance. I won't take a single piece of, rotini home or a pea.
Must be nice.
But
There are these dishes that are literally like 3 pieces of ravioli, but they're overgrown ravioli.
Right.
I'm sure you've taken one to
Yeah, of course. Of course. And guess what I enjoy at night? Well, you're going through the cupboard. I have all this stuff, but not really anything. Ravioli. It's delicious. Here's the thing that's bad, I think, that confuses me, that she gave her kid that steak, is that she tells me when her kid upsets her, but then not when things are better. So I'm like, why does he get to do anything? Wasn't he just in trouble?
Oh, well, having a teenager is like so bipolar. If I told you every time, okay, everything's good, then 5 minutes later it'll be bad again. And then 5 minutes, So.
Right.
So I either when things are good or bad, I do have an obligation to feed him.
Anytime.
It's a weird thing that just stays.
It's in the Bible. It's odd.
Follow her Twitter account, Ocasio Kyle, Ocasio Kyle. 11-year-old is nervous about his baseball game. I told him to just believe in himself and never give up on a dream. Then he said the game is on Sunday at 8 a.m. And I said, you should quit baseball. She signs him up and he goes, hey, Keith, take Benny to baseball tomorrow. Okay, thank you, bye.
Did you take Benny to baseball?
It didn't happen yet, actually. But she did throw it out there. It's coming up.
I like your attitude, Kyle.
I'm like,
Fuck
I didn't
is he doing at 8 in the morning?
It's tough. The league, sometimes the games are at 10, sometimes they're at 12. Those I can this morning he had an 8 a.m. game, so I told him, I said, go. He slept at his dad's, and his dad took him this morning. I was like, I need the day off. I can't. I take the other one on Saturday. Weekend sports really can fuck up your weekend when you have kids. So just let your kids not do anything. Let them stay home, watch TV.
Do you follow your kids on social media?
Yes.
Do you ever want to chime in?
I do sometimes write.
Oh, look who thinks they're hot stuff. Like, do you ever do that?
No, I always try to one time I wrote something that I thought was innocent and funny, and my daughter deleted it. So it was like, okay. So I tried, I get the message. She doesn't really like when I comment.
Hey, she's like the daughter, like, bummer day. And cheer up. Think all the positivity you have. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, okay. I'd kill you.
Yeah, no, it's not that bad. Like sometimes I'll write oh, that looks fun. And it's just like,
oh,
no.
Boy.
Like, it's just, so I get it.
Hi, sweetie, it's Mom. It's funny because, you're a cool person, but you will never be cool to your kids.
Never. Yeah. But it's funny. She, she likes my friends' stuff. She told me, I think it was Liz Mealy, that her and Liz are friends, and she was telling me that she was telling all her friends, she's like, oh my gosh, Mom, have you seen Liz's videos? They're hilarious. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking funny too. Like, what the hell? And she's like, oh my God, you should follow Liz. She's hilarious. I'm like, I do follow her. She's like, I told all my friends. I'm like, tell your friends to follow me.
That's how I feed you, you bitch.
Yeah.
My friend sent me a picture of people go to concentration camps, like museums that you can visit,
fun.
And people are acting like they're a model on the train tracks of Auschwitz. I'll put some up at keithandthegirl.com, but
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Boy.
giving a little sexy look or pose in front of the camera, and you see
this is like people who are about 20 years old. I have a picture of me when I was in Israel. We used to visit war zones and stuff like that. You would see where the people hid behind, and I don't know why we're doing that, but there was this one place. I don't know where we were. I think we were in Israel, and there was a noose hanging in an empty town that you're seeing the history, whatever of it. I don't remember any of it, but I saw this picture, and I'm in the noose as a ha-ha.
right.
And I'm assuming my parent, because that's the only person who had control of the camera at the time, is taking a picture, and I'm going I killed myself. That's so funny. I'm in Israel.
I don't know. They're making sexy poses, but show respect. Don't be ugly, right? Be good looking. Don't be sexy at Auschwitz. I don't know. Get your hair done up. Care a little bit. I was reading a story about a referee recovering from a non-life-threatening injury. He was hit in the face by a cannon blast while officiating a football game.
In the face?
Yes.
What were they doing with the cannon blast?
It's a tradition to set off a cannon.
Oh, traditions are so great. Keep on with every tradition, no matter what. And in fact, go home to Christmas this year, even though you hate your entire fucking family and you have to drink through it. Definitely tradition.
Maine Maritime Academy. They set off a cannon using a blank shotgun shell whenever the team scores. but a member of the school brought his own cannon to the homecoming game and filled it with black powder.
Why?
He fired it
Was this in Kentucky? Where the
in
fuck
Maine.
was
He fired it outside the fence behind the end zone. One of the game, and you can see the video online, one of the game officials was proceeding along the end line when the cannon was fired and was struck by packing material from the cannon.
Fuck.
You see this referee just drop all of a sudden.
Fuck.
The Academy's president has directed that these devices will no longer be permitted on campus for future events. No alcohol, no animals, no cannons.
Oh my God.
You know, I know a comic has a joke about a park and a martini glass with a not sign. And they say, like, who's bringing martinis to the park? I think that happened. Oh, so I can't have a martini, too. Like, no martinis, no cannons.
Yeah, there's certain things you would just think are common sense, but I don't know.
No, you need the
You
canon.
need
History.
I said Maine, but it could be Massachusetts. The Mariners, who played in Division III, lost the game to Massachusetts Maritime Academy 42-21. I would lose, too, because I see you're about to score, and then I'm chasing you, but it looks like you're going to score, so I quit because a cannon's about to go off. I run the other way. It's too much.
Why do you need to shoot something every time something happens? Don't you think that's weird?
Yes.
That you feel the need, like, blast something.
Right.
Okay. All right, cool.
Maybe they're bad dancers, and it's like, we got to do something to celebrate. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of people are nervous about the Joker movie coming out to the point that theaters aren't letting you dress as the Joker when this movie comes out next month.
Why?
You know what? If I'm just gonna say, if Congress and all these people, if fucking gun laws were enacted, this wouldn't happen. There's too much access and there's too much fear. If we had some reasonable gun laws, you wouldn't have to do this. People wouldn't have to not show the movie.
What's the problem?
They're afraid people are gonna do like another mass shooting.
They're going to do that anyway.
They're thinking
Exactly.
people will go see the movie, and the movie is about a guy that keeps being rejected, turns to violence, and they think it's something that attracts these kinds of people.
It's dark. But I haven't seen it yet. I love Joaquin Phoenix. I've read that this is like such a powerful, like his most deepest shit that he's ever done.
I bet a lot of credit is being given.
But
is this the guy who was upset first and then shot everyone?
well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I guess they're afraid that the outcast type person who wants
How
a little
many
attention.
mob movies do we have to go through? How many just like straight just shoot?
Just pass some laws, man. That's it. Just pass some fucking
What do you
common
think
sense.
of this? Keith goes to the movies. What's your thought?
Well, I can understand being in, not wanting people to be in a costume if you're Batman. But if you're the Joker, I can see your face. I can make you out. You're a clown. Do you know what I mean? You're just a dude with clown makeup. I can figure out who you are in the mugshot.
But it's not even they're worried about the mugshot. They're worried about the psychological response to this movie, but not the psychological response to every other fucking movie.
Right. Well, there was the Batman shooting.
I know, but there was also the mall shootings, the church shootings,
What's the thing? There's so many shootings.
the school shootings.
Yeah, it's like you come to this country. It's like, hey, have you been to one of our mass shootings yet? It's like that's like the new tourist destination.
I don't
It's
know-
horrible,
I
and
don't
it's
know
like
why they're
until
not-
people in politics get
Why
their
are they
shit
not
together.
looking to the other stuff? Like theaters have to worry about the content, but religious people don't. And there was a shooting in a nightclub. There was a shooting in the school.
The many movie theaters here in New York City and elsewhere are banning people from attending showings of the Joker in face paint or masks, fear of mass shootings. AMC and Landmark theaters confirmed that anyone dressed as the Batman villain would be turned away from the film. It opens October 4th.
Which just seems so. It seems so. It's too bad that has to be.
It'll be the second
Was
day.
the Batman person masked?
I don't think so.
I don't think anybody was masked.
Right.
It's not the mask.
It'll be the second day of the Comic-Con at the Jacob Javits Center. So people are going to be dressed up as is, and then, they're into this stuff.
I feel like America loves to go, we got the problem. It's the easiest thing that we can do to solve it. So that happens to be the resolution. It's like not be careful in any other way that's more legitimate on a bigger scale or whatever. It's just no fun for you.
12 people were killed in that Batman shooting. back in.
And that's what they use to go,
Yeah.
see, this is legitimate. Are you scared to go to the theater to see this movie?
No, but I have a theater that's not well attended.
Okay.
That's what I like about the
That's
theater.
where the outcasts go.
It'd be. I mean, I see somebody walk in, I see them. You know, for what that's worth.
Would you be scared to go in Manhattan?
Luckily, it's a non-issue.
But would you be?
I don't know. Yeah, I'd be on edge. I remember the Batman shooting, and then I saw the Batman movie maybe a week or two after that, and this worker, like I guess they have to go to a corner of the theater to sign like, oh, I was in this theater, you know, the way people check on a bathroom. But this guy was taking so long and going so slow with this flashlight that you can tell the whole audience shifted on him to the point where somebody went, you got to be fucking kidding me. And of course, you know, yeah, I felt the exact same way. It was a little, you get a little nervous, sure.
This is a fun country.
Yeah, I don't think the people chiming in and trying to make changes are helping at all. I think they just taught us to be even more scared.
The Army issued a warning to its personnel about the possibility of crazed incel extremists. Incel stands for involuntarily celibate. So these are the dudes that they're not getting laid because bitches are bitches.
What are they calling themselves?
They're called incels, and it stands for involuntarily celibate. So I want to have sex,
But I can't rape
women,
anyone.
But women are with assholes, not me. So I have to be an asshole.
Wow.
It's hard to explain. They're saying incels will show up, so be careful. Marked for official use only, the September email advised service members planning to watch the movie in theaters to, quote, identify 2 escape routes and to, quote, run, hide, fight in the event of a shooting.
What? Wait, what? How is this related?
They're just the Army's warning their personnel, soldiers, hey, be on the lookout, and don't be afraid to run or fight.
But incels specifically because they're threatening?
Yeah, but they have seen on the web people are talking about shooting up nondescript theaters.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So incels are that mad about not having sex that they're willing to shoot anyone.
Yes.
I don't really follow the logic. Like even
I can explain it again.
Even the KKK has targets.
Right. Yeah, well, it's society, you know.
Oh,
You
right.
know.
I should know. Yeah. When you say it like with the ending of you know, then I
Right.
definitely know.
The Army email explained that incels, quote, idolize the Joker character, the violent clown from the Batman series, an angry loner who turns to violence after too much rejection.
But all of them are angry loners that turn to violence after rejection.
Top
Like,
officials,
why
right.
else are you mad?
Top officials of the Army's Criminal Investigation Division said it received credible intelligence from law enforcement in Texas about, quote, disturbing and very specific chatter on the dark web regarding, quote, the targeting of an unknown movie theater during the release.
Fuck.
See, I go on Thursdays. People don't know that the movie doesn't really come out
Well,
on
now I
Fridays.
do.
It comes out on Thursdays. Maybe I'm joking.
Maybe you're the Joker.
People just want to see a movie. Damn.
You know, it's pretty bad. Like I did kids parties for 12 years, and sometimes I really wouldn't take off the clown makeup before I went home. Now I'm a shooter.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys really are on it. You got your finger on the pulse, and you know what you're doing.
crazy.
You make us feel very safe.
What's weird is I'm going to be upset if the movie's bad and there's not substance. Like, this isn't going to rile up anybody. So dumb.
It does have a lot of pressure of.
It's got to be good publicity. I mean, I feel like now everyone's going to want to see it.
It thinks I don't know. This is like the only negative publicity that I'm like maybe this would deter people because it's so scary and they love scaring people extra. But yeah, it's getting us to talk about the movie. But they are putting a lot of pressure about how deep it is and how, and also I think there's controversy about like you're going to be on this guy's side when just because you know the backstory doesn't mean that this killer is okay. Like this person still should be bad. But I think America has shown that they don't know how to differentiate, just like the movie Hustlers. Now they're
Right.
applying for strip
Right.
clubs
I mean-
when what they depicted was monsters who fucking poisoned people and then robbed them blind.
I have a thing with it. Yeah, they're going to try to get you to be on the Joker's side, but I've seen the other Joker movies, okay? Very, very bad man. And I'm not going to be able to forget that. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think
People do forget that. Game of Thrones, everybody loved the Kingslayer. You forget that he's the one who tried to kill that little boy Bran. the whole time I'm like, no, he's still an asshole. Everybody forgets.
I think you can have empathy for someone or a character, but also see that they did something that's horrible. I think that's life. I mean, you can look at people and say, okay, I have empathy that you had a horrible childhood and what your parents did to you was awful, but that doesn't give you the right to, like in the Hustlers movie, now you're rooting for these women who drugged men. You're rooting for an outcast who's killing people. So it's like you can feel sorry or have empathy, but then you can also say, no, that's not. So I don't get when people jump behind someone fully,
Hey, but speaking of that movie, do you get upset when I invite you to something, but it's not like a real good invite? Like, I'm going to see Hustlers. Do you want to come? Do you know what I mean? Because I'm really saying, I don't think it's going to be any good. I don't think
what are you trying to say?
Yeah.
I just know, like,
the fuck are you trying to say, Keith?
Well, actually, when I invited Xerxes to Hustlers, I gave him a really shitty invite, and it was like inviting them. I remember seeing the Cosby Show. I'm gonna fucking go into that, but the youngest daughter. This was in the later season. The youngest daughter.
Before we knew he was a rapist.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one of the second youngest daughter was already in college, and she came home and she goes, FYI, and they knew nothing about this. FYI, I'm not only dating this guy that you've never heard of, we're engaged and maybe they're married and he already has children. And like there was this whole thing and he was the janitor at their school. He's significantly older, like all this stuff. Super nice guy. So Cosby goes, well, Mr. Huxtable, thank you very much. He goes, it makes it a little bit more palatable. He goes, look, you imagine I get you a steak and he was $2.11. Beautiful steak, blah, blah, blah. But then I take the top of a trash can and I put the steak on top of that and then serve it to you. So you brought it out with this very disgusting way. And so I can't, wow, long way to go. And I see why you guys are staring at me that way. Anyway.
That's how Cosby used to put people to sleep.
Oh, shit. But when I invited Xerxes to Hustlers, I'm like, when I brought this up months ago, you were like, what a stupid movie. I don't think you want to go to this, but you're totally invited. And he's like, yeah, I feel very welcome. Thank you for that. He goes, I'm into hanging out no matter what. And I'm like, I don't know how to tell you that I might be doing you a favor by half inviting you. It seems like I'm trying to hide.
Because you were afraid you didn't really want to go.
I wanted to go for superficial, stupid, ridiculous, dumbass reasons that I don't think he's into, but I'm deciding that for him by going like, you don't want to go to this, do you? Well, now I don't.
Right. Well, like, for example, last week I did somebody's Instagram show. They do it in their house. And I don't know what it's going to be like. I don't think it's going to be a fun thing for you to go, but you're welcome to go. So that's exactly how I say it. I feel like that upset you. Like, just tell me you don't want me to go. Why are you even telling me? I'm like, no, you're invited. I don't think, like, should I not be doing it that way?
I figured it. No, I would say, like, if you don't really want to do something, don't invite someone. Like, I've kind of done those.
But that's not it.
I've kind of done those half-ass invites. Like, I'll be like, I have a show at this place. I don't know what the crowd's going to be like. I don't know if it's going to be any good. I don't know the rest of the lineup. But if you want to come, I'll do well. But I can't get. So I get that. It's sort of like you're not really sure.
Yeah, I have invited Xerxes to that too. Not because, like, I want you to come to everything, and like I think it's going to be fun because
sometimes
I like
you
talking.
just don't know. Sometimes you just don't know. But if
I really like the host, but I was like, look, I don't know what to anticipate here. It's in someone's home, so it could be very awkward for you since you're not on mic. And I didn't even say all this detail. I'm like, here's a thing that I'm doing. They said I can invite someone.
Right.
Don't know.
I picture Kyle saying like, well, do you want me to go? Like, I can't even answer that.
Well, then don't ask.
You know what I mean?
Guess. I don't know. Because if I was going to invite you to something shitty, I'd just be like, hey, do you want to go? It might be shitty. And then I knew that I put the warning out there. So then it'd be up to you.
Okay. But I do okay in general?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, done.
Yeah.
Is that how he invited you on this show?
Do you want to?
Hemda's a cunt sometimes, but you'll get a mic?
Yeah.
You remember, of course, Felicity Huffman. She paid $15,000 to jack up the SAT score of her daughter.
I would not do that for my kids.
That's only, but honestly, like 15 grand, that's pretty low, right?
Yeah. I think some of the other parents were like in the 50,000s, 100,000. I think Lori Loughlin did like 500, Aunt Becky, 500 grand or something.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Fuck her, man. Fuck her and her privileged, shitty daughters. I cannot for some reason, that one is just hard to swallow. Like her daughter looks like a fucking little privileged bitch. How at 19 you're an influencer? Get the fuck out of here with all your money. Fuck you. Sorry. I don't know. Apparently, I really don't like her.
Well, we'll find out her sentence soon.
I hope it's no possibility of parole. Do life.
Death.
Do life. Give her the death sentence.
The kid too.
Kid too, yeah.
She knew.
She didn't do shit.
Felicity Huffman, of course, was very apologetic.
Which is okay.
And the judge said,
owned it.
I'm going to give you a month. And she said, I'd rather not do a month, though. Like, I'm very apologetic, but not a month, maybe.
Did she say that?
And then the judge said, okay, 2 weeks. And she goes, okay, I can do that. Thank you. So she's in jail for a total of 2 weeks. The second person to get in trouble, and he's not famous, you don't know him, but he paid $250,000 to get his son admitted to the University of Southern California. It's not even Harvard.
That's true.
It's not Princeton. He got in. You remember some of
He
these
was more logical about his kid.
Right. He said the kid was going to be on the polo team. That was that strategy. He was a great polo champ. But these people never did the sports. There's not pictures of it. So they go out and fake pictures. And this guy bought polo equipment online.
Wow.
Watch the TV show. They check receipts. Bought polo equipment online and took the kid doing polo in the family pool.
Oh, fuck. You have so much money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I don't get? Like, as a parent, like, there's one small bit of empathy I have because it's like, you want the best for your kids, so they got caught up in this really ridiculous scandal because they love their kids so much and they want them to do well. But
I don't think it's because they love their kid, but okay.
Right. So that's what my next point was going to be like. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's about the status for them that I feel so important. My kid has to go to this school and I have to do whatever it takes because it's about me. So then there really isn't that love for your child because you're doing all this like shady stuff. I think it's just insane.
I think
it's white. I hate to make it about. It's fucking white privilege, crazy white privilege. I mean, there was a woman. I don't know her name, but she was a black mom who just committed address fraud.
I saw that.
And she actually did like a legitimate amount of time in jail, maybe a year or more than that. And it's like
I saw that
for not even paying off or not. It was
can
so
I tell
small.
you? It's even worse than like, and I know you know this already, but her kids didn't live in a good school district. She was such a good mom. Her father did though. So she said the kids lived with the father, and legitimately the kids would go to her father's place, their grandfather's place. It was so legit, like such an easy lie. And by the way, we did that 100% in Queens. Like so many people changed their address and
to get to a better school.
Yeah, and so
important. Yeah.
She didn't even know like what a big deal it was. She was just trying to like get her kids to the right school. And it's a public fucking school. Legit jail, like you said, I think at least a year.
Crazy.
A year. And now they don't have and she was a single parent. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's really wrong. I think the judges in this case, I really feel that there should be pressure on them to make an example of these bitches. Make an example. This is wrong.
I don't know. Make an example of the school.
Of Lori Loughlin.
School.
Make it. I mean, I'm talking about the ones that pay. Right. Make an example of the school. Something bigger than 2 weeks in jail should happen. Something a lot bigger.
So the mom goes to jail, and then the kid has to live with the dad. Now the kids can go to that school, so that's good.
No, it was the grandfather. Oh yeah, maybe that's funny.
David Sloan, 53, pleaded guilty to a single count of fraud and conspiracy in a deal with prosecutors. He's the second parent to be sentenced so far. U.S. District Judge ordered Sloan to 500 hours of community service also and $95,000.
That's it. He should be a prison wife. He should be somebody's prison wife.
Authorities say Sloan helped fabricate documents depicting his son as an international water polo star, even though he never played the sport. He brought water polo gear online, investigators found, and staged action photos of his son in the family swimming pool. Dad, can you act like I won?
That's weird to get 500 hours of community service because that's the kind of stuff they could easily just sign off on and not do.
Right.
And 90,000, what was it? Under $100,000.
Right.
You know they have that. That's like us paying $100. It hardly stings.
He's also getting 4 months.
Oh, he is getting.
Oh,
4
he
months.
is getting
you didn't
prison
mention
time.
that.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not saying that. It's always hard for me to be like throw that person in jail because I think our jail system sucks. But and I think he got more time because he paid like 10 times more, so it becomes a bigger deal.
Right.
But oh my God, it's like pure evidence, and it's not that much. Although I believe that 4 months in jail will change you.
Yeah.
Well, the way I'm hearing about being prison wives, that won't change anybody.
I love, by the way.
Kyle's very into rape in the last couple minutes. That was a twist.
Do you know my man did some time?
That's right. You
I
like
love
that.
I do.
You like
Oh
that.
my God, for bad checks.
I know. I wish it was something else.
He should have picked up. He should have picked up that dime.
Damn.
That's where he learned it.
You know what? See, this goes with the frugality thing. I don't know what this goes with, actually. I just want to bring it up. It's so I was staying over her place, and the night before I got salad, dressing on the side from the grocery store. She goes to work. I'm slowly getting my stuff together. I go, I would like that salad. I go to get the salad. The Caesar dressing is missing, little packets of dressing. And I go, I know where I had the dressing. Did you see that? Did you see the dressing? I call her, and she goes, you know what? Did I? Maybe I threw it out accidentally.
I didn't know it went with your.
She hates dressing. That makes no sense. She hates dressing so much. She had to throw out my dressing that she would have nothing to do with.
Well, wait, can I just deflect? I'm gonna do what my kids do. I'm gonna deflect as
Right.
the.
Can I get ice cream?
Can I tell you what? Can I tell you what? You know what he did to me?
Yes, please.
You know what he did to me? Maybe it was the same night, the night before. I said to him, I said, yeah, I felt a little nauseous. I didn't know it. Maybe I ate something. And he goes, do you want me to go out and get something? I'm like, I don't know. I just feel sick. I'm going to have some ginger ale. So he goes out. He comes back and he gives me, he's like, here, take this. It's for nausea. And I was like, okay. So I take it and the nausea was gone. I'm like, great. This is good. I can finally, so I go to sleep.
Thank you.
And
Isn't
then,
that sweet? What?
and then suddenly I wake up and I have to go to the bathroom. And I go to the bathroom. I go back to bed. 10 minutes later, wake up. I have to go to the bathroom again. This happened probably 5 to 7 more times. I was in the bathroom all night. And I just was assuming, I guess it was nausea. I don't know what I ate. The next day, I just happened to glance at what he gets me. It's a fucking laxative. He gives me a laxative. And
How
he
did you
was like,
decide that?
he
It was
didn't
like
know.
Maalox or something, and said it's good for the stomach.
And it said clearly in big, bold, white letters, laxative. And I'm like, Keith, did you see what he goes? Oh, I thought it was for nausea. I'm like,
Where did
no
you-
wonder I'm in the toilet. I'm like, do you want me to lose weight? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Like, I literally was on the pot all night long.
Oh, is it like a
And
bad
I thought there
movie?
was something. I thought there was something wrong with me. And then I was like, oh yeah, he gave me a fucking laxative.
Did you take one or two?
He gave me a big ass little gulp. Yeah.
I give extra loads. You know?
Did you read it? You went
No,
out
he didn't
to get
read it.
this.
So his heart was in the right place, but
Was
he's
it?
he's a little dingy because he didn't read it. And I was like, and he was when I told him, I'm like, baby, you know you gave me a laxative. He's like, I did.
Well, it wasn't expired, so it's okay.
Okay, which one could you live with, audience? The person that
on.
one time gives you laxatives
No,
by
you're
accident,
out. You're out.
or the person that throws out your dressing because we still don't know why.
I really would like to know what your audience.
Which one's more
thinks. Would-
egregious?
audience, would you rather just have plain salad, or would you rather shit nonstop all night?
You're not looking good on this one, Keith.
Shit or salad?
Honestly,
One is
Make a
one is
decision.
made. One was done out of love,
I don't.
and one is pure psychotic.
Your parents taught you what love was.
Yours
didn't
is
they?
the psychotic.
Okay, now
One you can get a packet of on the way home, and the other one you got to keep getting up and shitting.
I really thought there was something wrong with me because that was rare. I'm like, this is weird. Like, what's going on?
Did you just walk into CVS and just take the first thing that said stomach on it?
it was a grocery store, so your choices were small, and they had that, or they had Pepto-Bismol. And
Were you high and your eyes were blurry?
It didn't seem like a Pepto thing.
It seemed like a laxative.
It seemed
thing.
like the other thing.
Sure. Yeah. No, this is really good defense. Yeah.
Okay.
You
Takes
get
great
four.
I take such good care of him when he doesn't feel well. Like I come over, I bring him stuff. I don't feel well one time, and I get a laxative.
Wow, Keith.
Okay, let me tell you something about this broken toe I have, okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
She's working me out in the gym. She goes, okay, do some push-ups now. And I go, I can't, my toe. She goes, okay. And now we're done with the gym. You want to walk to Brooklyn Bridge?
I forgot for a sec. Sorry.
But always.
But that's funny.
Okay, do you want to play toe
I
stomping?
can't. It's hard to remember. Like sometimes you act like you're 95. You're always falling. You're always like something's always happening. It's like I'm not-
Before the show, she goes, I'm really working him out so he stops falling in the shower.
I just want to work on his balance.
He's only 45. What are we going to do when we're older? He's just going to fall everywhere.
All right, I'm going to the advanced folder now. We're out and about. And she gets her $15 drink that she doesn't drink. It was strong that day. Wine, baby. That's what you like. You like wine. Not mojito, not cosmopolitan. You like wine. Okay, so anyways.
Sometimes you have to be adventurous.
Right. If the drink comes with a wedge of something, let's say an orange wedge.
Shit. You're dirty.
Here's the picture.
Oh, there's a
She
picture.
eats the peel. Does she
betrayed
does she need mental help?
dirty motherfucker.
I do feel like that's the same as picking up a dime.
Thank you.
Nah,
Thank you.
You're doing women power shit.
No, I thought I was insulting everybody, but okay.
That's where it's a little weird. Sometimes I do bite the peel of the orange.
You chew it and eat it, right?
No, you know what he's comparing it to? Sorry, go ahead.
He looked at me. If I could have captured his face.
I thought it was because we do these
He
things.
looked like I was like eating the head off of like a dove. He just had this look on his face like, oh, so you do that?
because I don't know if I'm really seeing it. We do this thing when we're out, like, hey, picture we did this on a first date, and then she'll eat her food with no fork, knife, or hands, and and then we'll have a laugh about it. But I'm watching this, I'm like, is she doing the first date joke? It doesn't seem it. She's eating the peel.
Let me tell you a little something, Kyle. It all goes to his childhood, and I've heard too much of it, so I'll explain it just a little bit. When Keith was a kid, there was a kid who was so poor in his neighborhood.
Who didn't have a door?
Thank you.
I know.
Now, that person who didn't have a door, people would make fun of him and would literally give him the peels of their orange, and he would have to eat it because otherwise he would literally starve to death. So he has a little thing about...
Well, he said to me when he saw me eating the peels, he goes, have you ever heard me telling me about the kid that eats the peels? He goes, were you personally offended? I was like, no, no. I don't do this all the time. It's not like a weird compulsion. It's with my drink. Sometimes they say the vitamins are kind of in towards the peel. I don't know.
So you love
That's
a good
the weirdest
zest.
thing I do.
Yeah, but
not that bad.
but Caesar dressing, I said too.
I used to be
Shit
grossed
all
out.
night or salad.
I used to be grossed out by Caesar dressing, but then I tried it. It's just a different vinaigrette.
I like it. Well, I thought I did. I don't know.
You
I don't
can
know
still
this one. Could have been good. And then- so she goes, but it's so funny. Like, she tried to lie at first. Like, I think I threw it out by accident. And then, and I look in the garbage. I have no shame. And it's folded.
You probably pulled it out.
I did. It's in
Oh,
it was in a paper towel. Like, she even hid it in case I throw something else away. I'll see it. It makes no sense. Taking the food makes sense. Picking a dime off the ground makes sense. This made no sense.
Well, we have a little bit of a response on YouTube. We're
Okay.
live right now, and Cody says he took a picture of the eaten peel.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Thank you,
nuts.
Cody. It is nuts.
No, it's
He's
not.
nuts.
No, it's not nuts.
Also, by the way, this is a quick reminder to check our website or our app for all show notes and pictures. The pictures, you shouldn't miss out on these
When
things.
Kyle says I share everything with the audience, she wasn't exaggerating. No, I had to put it in.
I fall down and break my fucking knee, and I'm like, Keith, take the pictures. Ow, ow, ow.
When he sent me a picture of you on I go, why are you taking this picture of her?
in the hospital.
Yeah, for show notes.
Yeah.
I go, the woman's in pain. Like how? But I guess you're both in on it for the. So you guys are fucking weird. I eat orange peels. Okay.
No, I saved it in the advanced folder in case you pushed it, and you pushed it today. And so now here's.
I
Here's
need to go into
Ryan's.
my advance. I gotta. You know what? I gotta think. I
Start
can't.
taking pictures.
I'm going to. Well, he told me he did snap a picture of me eating. I go, what do you do? Oh, okay.
She goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "What are you doing?" I need to show the hospital. And surprise, surprise, she had an upset stomach. I tried to get that out of your system.
Oh, boy.
I was seeing when we brought up the movie Hustlers that I would have been. I mean, obviously we had fun. I like her company, but I was gonna see it alone, and they give me such a weird look. The theater when I see a movie alone, and I guess it's
Because you go to children's movies alone.
I go to children's movies. I go to everything alone, which is
Guess what? Everything costs billions of dollars to make. Keith Malley wants to see it.
right. Right. I want to see a dog talk. This pig running around saying things.
I have
Okay.
a kid inside of me.
Right? But how come it's okay that two adults go to the theater and see a kid's movie? Lion King, they looked at me weird, but then adult couples are coming in without kids. Like, oh, there's two of you weirdos? Good. Oh, one of you's weird and the other one dragged somebody without them wanting to go? That's fine. But
true.
Keith's the fucking weirdo. And I was asking the audience, do you have that are you embarrassed by going by yourself? And about half the audience said, yeah, they feel weird, like they couldn't find a date or something. Like they're being judged.
I urge you to go and do the things by yourself that you're scared to do and to sit through that pain that you are so going to enjoy. Connor Cregan was on our last show, and he just came back from a 1-week vacation in, I forget, some other country. And he's like, I was a little nervous because it's the first time I'm going on vacation by myself. And he loved it because there's a lot to say about going with someone because of the companionship or whatever, but also you want to stay an hour longer in some boring ass fucking thing that nobody else is into? Done. You don't want to go to the thing that you said ahead of time that you said that you were going to go into because you suddenly changed your mind.
That sounds wonderful.
The end. You want to come in past the credits and not get a look from Keith Malley because you missed fucking commercials? Beautiful.
I think it's great. I think whenever you have the chance to do something alone, I haven't.
Well, you
I
have
went.
3 kids, so.
Do you know the last vacation? 20 years when I was 20 years old, I went to Machu Picchu and I went by myself.
Nice.
And now that I have a daughter, I would not want her to go there
Too late.
alone. But I had such a great. It was so peaceful, so I was really young, but I had such a great time. I would love to do something alone.
My
again.
kids will take the kids for the weekend.
All right.
Yeah.
Not
You can give 'em
8
you can-
a.m.
You could feed him Caesar dressing.
I'll feed them if they're
You
good.
fucking weirdo. Yeah, if they're good.
Yeah.
He'll go make them sweep the street for change.
Grilled cheese again?
He is
You
so
weren't good.
weird.
Yes, grilled cheese again.
You're punishing with food?
Yes.
That's how anorexia and bulimia is fucking
He gave
born.
me a laxative. Of course he's going to do that. He's sending women a message everywhere.
One of them can use it. You know which one.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding. All
I'm
right.
bringing my advanced folder next time.
Follow. No, this is the last time. Follow Kyle online. The Twitter account is Ocasio Kyle. The Instagram is the same. Ocasio Kyle. Oh, you know what she's doing, by the way?
Oh, God.
I'm just picturing this. So it'll probably make its way to Instagram. She's trying to get me to go to a Halloween party.
Okay.
And she
And
wants,
dress up like the Joker? What's the problem?
she wants to dress up as a sexy devil.
Okay.
I already got the outfit.
It was.
He doesn't like it. It's
It
inappropriate.
was always weird to me for years. Like I would make fun of these people. Like
Yeah.
now it's my girlfriend.
Yeah. Can you get over it?
I don't. But I'm just trying to understand it. You can laugh at me. I'm just trying to understand it. Like
What's it look like?
It's like a skin tight red, like unitard, full
Okay.
body. It's like cute.
it's hot.
It's hot. It's
Yeah.
scary. I'll do scary stuff.
No, you
It'd be
won't.
so
I thought
stupid.
maybe he could be an angel
Hilarious.
and I'll be the devil.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not. I'm not going trick or treating like dressed like this. I
Go
know
trick or
that's-
treating. Don't make him stop you do anything. You want to get candy? Go get candy. Who gives a shit? But yeah, adults knocking on my door and bothering me is a little bit weird. But okay, let's say I get it because it's like lingerie and like kitten ears, and we're making fun of it.
Doesn't she look good? Don't you want to whack off to her? That's
I don't know that that's the entire message.
no. The message is what? The word of Satan.
The message is it's Halloween. Have fun, you fucking
Yeah.
bummer.
The
You
message
Debbie
is,
Downer.
oh shit, look how hot my girlfriend is. Go ahead and walk around, talk to anybody. I'll be over here just waiting until I get to go home with you.
I mean, I do that now, as is when we're around people. I go, I'm fucking that.
Yeah.
So I guess this is just a different version of that. Okay.
He's very respectful.
All right. Very respectful.
Yeah, very respectful. Don't look at my girl. That's so respectful.
That's not what I'm saying.
Stop jacking off to her. It's okay. People are already doing it, Keith. Get over it. Oh, they might be jerking off to you too.
You think so?
I don't know.
KyleOcasio.com. The album, Tell Mommy Your Name Again, is one you should pick up. By the way, some of you got that in
There's
your
not.
mystery
There's
box.
another one too. There's
And
another.
I'm
album.
not done.
Okay. Okay.
Where the fuck did I go?
All right. Sorry. Come on.
And that's all the albums.
He's very sweet. I feel.
Three's Comedy. It's with Vicky Cooperman, Joe DeVito, but the one we care about is Kyle Ocasio. Right?
Yeah, they're great too. But yeah,
You know.
we were all too lazy to come up with another hour. So we're like, hey, let's collaborate.
I think that's a great idea.
Well, all three do 20 minutes of new stuff.
Kyle, you're a dream.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, and I know they're all whacking off to you. I know
Thanks,
that.
babe. Well, that's only because you keep me thin. So thank you. And I want to thank you.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Spread the word.